Excelsior Now podcast.
Excelsior!
What's shaking, people? It's your boy DoomkillaHD, and we are here with our actual first episode, or I should say maybe episode, could be bi-weekly, maybe never again. I gotta talk to Highruler about that. But this is the first episode to Path to Power podcast, featuring myself and the man Highruler. Go ahead and tell the people what's good, bro.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you to Doom for putting this together, having me on, and I'm excited to talk about some crazy stuff today, man. We got a wide range of things to talk about, and thank you to toxic people who gave us a topic to talk about today. That's really good. And
Yes, thank you.
toxic companies, man. I really love that, so thank you.
Yes, thank you for giving us some ammo to shoot at you with. Appreciate it. Real deal. So what we are going to be discussing today is, firstly, Marvel's Avengers and the Path to Power is how we even came up with this podcast name, which is actually pretty damn awesome. Shout out to Johnny Rocker. I think he was the first person I ever heard say that exact phrase of Path to Power in Marvel's Avengers. So shout out Johnny Rocker. But we're going to be talking about how it's only really one path to power in the game right now. And it's not a good thing, dog. It's not a good thing. There's only one road to power, and that is the OLT, the raid, and the elite raid, which took me from being a 1%er in this game to a casual player. Literally. I'm a casual now, bro. I would like to be in the 1% again. You know, I like to be strong and powerful and show off builds and stuff like that, but they literally took that from me, bro. Cause I'm gonna let you go first, and I'm gonna feed off of you on this one. So
yeah, man.
With only one road to power, what do you think about that, bro?
So I guess like the issue is that when you look at a lot of other games, the raid isn't necessarily about getting to the highest point. It's about kind of that horizontal kind of stretch of like what you can get at that point, right? So for example, I know a lot of people have been playing Destiny, right? So for example, to get to the highest point, kind of the pinnacle peak, you don't need to do the raid to do it, right? Like I think I'm like 15 off from that, and the raid hasn't even opened yet. But it does the old raids do cycle through, so it allows you to get there quicker, but the new one isn't actually needed at that point, though once again, it would allow you to get there quicker. Now, for Marvel's Avengers, what Marvel's Avengers does is it kind of stacks everything into the raid and the OLT, and then at a certain point, just the elite raid. Now, the issue with that is that when you compare it to a lot of other games, the breadth of activities just isn't there, right? So, for example, if everything gave you an option to get to 175, there wouldn't be an issue at all, right? Because you'd have your own choice at that point, and then the raid gear would be its own thing, and then you can go from there, right? Problem is that there's a few things wrong with that. Now, the game, since the start, has kind of suffered an identity crisis of who it wants to lean into. I've said this forever, and I'll still say it because I think though they've leaned into the multiplayer side, I still am kind of curious how this year is going to go, because there's always been two distinct groups of people. It's been your multiplayer people who want to play with your friends, and then your single player people who want to engage in that solo content in order to kind of, play with their heroes and AIs and solo play, whatever, right? And with the raid and the OLT specifically, they kind of leaned into the multiplayer side of things, right? Well, get your friends together, play this hard end game content, and go from there, right? Which I actually agree that's a pretty good move, right? Because I think the game is actually a lot better when you play with other people. I think when you're engaging with your friends, when you're taking down these missions or these bosses, you're able to have a good feeling of just kind of fun there, right? And when you don't have that, the game kind of just like loses its luster a little bit, at least for me.
Yeah.
So here's the issue then. When you only have two paths to power and both of them are significantly buggy, where does that leave you, right? It leaves you in a kind of state of, wow, like this kind of sucks, right? Like you want to play it because you need to get that 175, but then it just kind of sucks. There's nothing there. It's not good. It's just it becomes almost a chore almost, right? It almost becomes like I have to do it, not that I want to do it, right? And I imagine that's where a lot of people are at right now. But yeah, Doom, what do you think? And then we could just kind of, go from there.
Like I feel you. I'm in the exact same boat. You hit it right on the head. Well, especially right now for me, I don't have time to multiplayer, to be a multiplayer in Marvel's Avengers. I working during the daytime.
Yeah.
On the weekends, we've got 4 or 5 shows going on. I really just don't
Right.
have time until like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like,
Yeah.
nobody's on at that time, so I gotta
Right.
play solo.
Yep.
I can't get to 175 if I wanted to that way because there's nobody to matchmake with, and all my buddies and stuff are asleep. You know what I mean? So like,
Right.
how do I even get there? Secondly,
Yep.
the raid. I streamed the raid last Thursday, bro.
Right.
And we restarted checkpoint 6 times, bro. I was done after that. You know what I mean? Like I completed it,
Yeah.
but I wasn't doing that again with another character. So that's one
Right.
character closer to the threshold. But I'm like, I don't even know if I want to go back and do that again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, so at this point, as a single player, I have no way to level up. As a multiplayer, it's so stressful to level up that I don't want to do it again. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like,
So let me ask you, as a single player guy, do you see any reason for you to get 175? Because, for example, you don't need 175 for Last Vendor Standing, for Mega Hive, for Villain Sectors, right? 175, or kind of on that path, is just so you can get to the Elite Raid, right? So for someone like you, do you see any reason you should be getting that? Like, or is it just kind of like the raid gear at that point? You want to get that raid gear?
You're good, bro, because that leads right into the next thing. I would say put the best gear possible, top level gear in the raid. Leave everything open like it used to be to where you can just get to 175, period. I want to get to 175 as a single player because that's the max cap. I like the game. I want to be interacted with the game. Whether I'm way stronger than any of my enemies doesn't matter to me. I'm an Avenger. I should be way stronger than my enemies anyway.
Sure.
So to get to that 175 it's an achievement for one. It'll make me as a single player feel like I've done what I'm supposed to do in the end game. You know what I mean? And who doesn't want that badge? You as a streamer, especially as a streamer, I turn on my thing and I'm 175, champion level 375. I look like I know what I'm doing on the game. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I can't do that right now because I get to that raid and I finish it one time and I'm burnt out, bro. Because for one, it's no matter how good your team is, you're going to spend 45 minutes to an hour in it. And if it's breaking and if it's got bugs, that's another 30 minutes added on to it. You know what I mean? So that's an hour and a half in there, bro. That's most people don't stream but for 3 hours. So I didn't spend half of my stream in one piece of Nah, I can't do that, bro. Like, no.
I think the thing is I think the bugs are a big hindrance on your level of enjoyment that you can get out of the raid, right? So for example, I'm going to bring these comparisons up, right? But for example, if I do 3 hours of Discordant Sound, I'm exhausted, right? Like, because you're right, I'm probably fighting with bugs, I'm probably fighting with all these other things, and it brings the enjoyment down, right? For example, I did Deepstone Crypt, which is a Destiny raid. I did 4 hours learning that, right? 4 hours. And then Vaulted Glass, I did 5 hours. I wanted to go right back in after I was done, right? Because there's a level of enjoyment there that isn't hindered by the bugs, right? So even though I'm taking twice as long, 3 times as long, right? I'm able to enjoy the experience because I'm not thinking in the back of my head, oh God, it's going to bug. I'm going to have to restart. I'm going to have to restart checkpoint, right? And I think that's the big thing, right? I think a lot of the time it's the bugs that kind of hinder your enjoyment of what you're able to do. And there's always that anxiety in the back of the head going, God, okay, if I don't go right, if I go left first, it's going to bug. If I do this, it's going to bug. Oh God, I just saw a claw kind of walk through the wall. It's going to bug. Oh my God. Like what? And I think that definitely like hinders it, right? I honestly think, I'll be completely honest. I honestly think if the raid and the OLT were flawless in terms of the bug experience, a lot of these conversations wouldn't come up. I think now we're getting to the point where it's been out, like the raid's been out since November, it's getting into March. I think people are looking at alternatives because they don't want to go through the anxiety of running through these pieces of content and just having their whole experience bugged out. And I think that's exactly what it is.
Well, I mean, look at it like this too. You had so many more people playing the game when they could just play the game and level up the way they wanted to level up. Like I said, you put that dang on good gear. You're discordant sound gear. You just like the OLT gear. You can still get to 150 before they drop the raid. But the only gear that you can get from the OLT was that OLT gear. Do that the same thing with the raid and let everybody just play the game, bro. Like, because right now, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I think you're right. I think there's obviously, like I said, there's obviously trying to figure out what direction to go. And like I said, I think they leaned into the multiplayer side of it, trying to be like, okay, like we want people to play together. We want people to incentivize grouping up together, kind of creating those experiences of like, let's get our buddies together. Let's go run a raid, and they try to do that. But I definitely think the pendulum is going to swing back a little bit towards the other direction. And I think it's all about finding that happy middle ground, right? I think if they are able to find that happy middle ground, then they're going to be okay. But yeah, I definitely think it was like, we're going to swing this way. Now we're going to swing back, right? I've been telling people, like, it's not going to be forever, right? None of these things are forever, right? Like, like whether it's, the communication or whatever, but like there will always be a non-forever scenario, and the next non-forever scenario is single players getting to 175. Like that's the next non-forever scenario. Whenever that comes, whether that's April or May or whatever, there will be a path to power to 175 for single player people. The demand is there. The kind of outspoken people have kind of been outspoken about it, which is good. So now it's about kind of opening up that pathway and trying to figure out the best way forward, right? Like we talked about, was it not this last Saturday, but the Saturday before, you could do Last Avengers Standing, you could do Mega Hive, you could do all these other things and allow that path to power to go up. And it's just probably a matter of time before that happens rather than if it's going to happen.
Well, I hope so, because at this point, I don't see myself powering up to 175. You actually
neither do I. Yeah, I've not done it either. I just to me, like, it's not something I'm totally interested in. I think when you disconnect yourself from the kind of like thought of like, do I need 175? What does 175 give me? Is it really worth it? I've been able to disconnect myself from like that mental thought of like, I need to get this, right? So for me anyways, it's kind of like, okay, I don't care. It's whatever. I'll get to 175 eventually, but if it's not this week or next week or the week after, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't make a big difference, because at 173 or 172, at the end of the day, I'm going into any other piece of content that's not this Discordant Sound Raid or whatever, like the elite version, and just kind of like destroying it anyways, right? Like, to me anyways, it's the chase. It's almost like a FOMO chase, right? Where like you feel like you have to do it, right?
Yes.
And for me, yeah, that's exactly it. See, that's how they get you. And for me, I've just kind of been like, okay, like at the end of the day, like I can I do the elite version? Yes. Okay, great. Is it really going to make a difference at this point to go like 3 power levels higher? Not really. So like I've just been able to kind of disconnect myself from like the feeling of like I need to do this, and now I'm just like, okay, I'll do it when I want to do it,
Right. Well, see, I'm at the point where I want to do it, but I really don't have the time or the will to do it. Dude, like I said, spending that hour and a half in the raid, bro, and then, while streaming and having a... I mean, you stream, so you have to keep a certain kind of energy when you're streaming, or you might as well just hang it up. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So to keep that energy after dealing with that, that's so hard.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah, it's very much so, like, it's very emotionally draining. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, people in chat have seen it when, like, the game's bugged out on me or something happens, and, like, I've been close to losing it, right? Like, I think that's what the game does in certain respects, right? Like, it's almost like, you get a bug and you're like, fuck, right? Like, and that's exactly it, right? And I think that's obviously like the number one issue when it comes to this stuff. Yeah.
Yep. So the last thing I want to talk about in this particular portion is even with a raid fix, if they don't change the path to power, I don't think I'm going to 175 still. Like,
sure.
Even if the raid is flawless. I mean, I might play it, every now and then, or me do a stream dedicated to it, but it's not for me to level up at this point. I'm good, bro. Like, that fear of missing out was so stressful that I don't fear missing out anymore. I'm like, I'm good.
And I think that's the thing too, right? Like, it's only there if you want to do it, right? Like, and I think that's the biggest thing, right? Like in certain respects, the FOMO isn't as bad as like marketplace FOMO, right? Where it's like trying to get like your money out of you, for example. the FOMO here is basically like the path to power. You know, do you want to get max level? And that's never going away, right? They're not going to like, you know, kind of put out a weekly blog and be like, all right, guys, so I hope you guys had fun at 175, but we're going back to 150. That's never happening, right? Like,
No.
170, yeah, 175 is going to be there. And it's a matter of like, do you want to spend the time to do it, right? And I think that's the thing. I think, you know, if you're able to disconnect yourself, you're fine. And if I'm going to be honest, I don't see 175 in the way that you do, for example, right? Or like as a streamer or content creator, I don't look at that and be like, that's a validation of how good you are, how skilled you are, right?
It's not that I'm saying it's a validation.
Okay.
I'm saying for me, it's a personal badge of honor, not a validation. It's like I've done this. I know what I'm doing in the game. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Like,
I guess. I don't know. For me, I look at it like, have you done the elite raid? Have you successfully completed it? Yeah. I mean, that's the badge of honor. I think. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's different for everybody, but I think at this point, like 175 is more of like a commitment to like how much you want to throw yourself at the wall, just in case something is going to happen more than anything, right? And obviously we're talking like post time gate nerf or time gate fix or whatever, right? Or time skipping. And I think that's just what it is. You know, I think at this point in time, for me anyways, just kind of dial it back in on the topic. If they fixed the raid, right? If the raid was completely 100% totally fixed, I was going to have flawless runs every single time, I would actually play it. Yeah, 100%. Because for me, you know, in a lot of ways, I can't be like a hypocrite of myself, right? I said like I want end game content. I want end game content that's fun. I want reasons to play with my friends, right? The raid gives me all of those, but then the fourth thing is that it's super buggy at times, right? So for me anyways, if they were like, all right, guys, we fix every single bug, everything you guys reported, it's fixed, it's good, it's the perfect piece of content, I would go back and play it 100%. 100%.
Well, you have that opportunity to go back and play it. You know what I mean? I don't.
Sure.
I'm on a single player boat, so even with
eventually your boat will go up the same stream. Eventually.
Okay, well, put it like that. If I got a team every time and it's perfectly fixable, you know, yeah, that's a different story. But
Sure.
I mean, like I said, I'm at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Bro, yeah. So. Yeah, no, that is tough trying to like figure out like how to get people kind of engaged at that, you know, time, because yeah, like a lot of people are sleeping at that point.
Sleep,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not even
exactly.
mad at that. So.
Yeah, exactly. No, I hear you.
All right, brother. Let's quick spring hype in the chat real quick. She's gonna talk about some fire trash and DSG clothing real quick, and then me and you are gonna play some doubles. Would you rather, bro? That's gonna be pretty fun. So let's get in spring hype in the chat. Let's go.
Fire or trash, fire or trash. The only thing you can answer to the questions I ask. Fire or trash, fire or trash. The only thing you can answer to the
Hey guys, it's Spring. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. So why don't you look your best by rocking your very own Fire Trash t-shirt? Where to get it, you might ask? Go to financialfelons.com and use code DOOM for 15% off. Support your favorite team and look fly doing it. Take a picture in your shirt and send it to us at DoomSquad_DSG on Twitter, and we will be sure to shout you out. I'll be looking forward to seeing your swag. Don't forget, use code DOOM at checkout for your 15% off. See you soon, and let the good times roll.
fire or trash, fire or trash. The only thing you can answer to the questions I ask. Fire or trash.
Okay, so you going first, bro. So I'm gonna put you in the captain seat.
Oh, buddy.
Put
you
me
ready?
in the hot seat. Lord,
Listen,
I've never been in the hot seat.
This is gonna start off easy, but at the end you're gonna actually wish you weren't here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God!
That totally depends on who's in chat as well. Just saying. So I gotta make sure there's some individuals in chat here. All right, you ready?
No, but let's go.
All right. Iron Man or Ant-Man Hank Pym?
Iron Man, dude.
Okay, Barry Allen or Jay Garrick?
Barry. Bastard.
Aquaman or Namor?
Namor, man.
Atlantis, which is the Marvel version, or Asgard?
Asgard is beautiful.
Peacemaker or Punisher?
I gotta go Punisher.
Okay. Skrulls or Kree?
Okay, can I ask a question, or do I just have
Go
to
for it.
answer? Okay.
I'll
Comics
I'll
or,
let you.
or yeah,
Let's go
comics or
comics,
MCU?
comics,
Okay,
comics.
comics definitely the Kree then. I like the Kree way better in the comics.
Thanos, Doctor Doom.
Doom, baby, come on, no.
All right. No. Don't worry. Listen, I said it was gonna get easy. Steve Rogers, John Walker.
Oh, that's easy. That's Steve, baby.
Okay, all right. Peter Parker, Ben Reilly.
Pete.
Captain Marvel, Rogue.
Oh, you trying to get me shot? Okay, you try. Okay.
I got one more. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay, since in the comics, Rogue actually incapacitated Captain Marvel for years, I gotta go Rogue.
All right. Well, good luck with the shitstorm that's coming your way. All right. Last one. You ready? Robert Pattinson Batman or Michael Keaton Batman?
I'm old, bro. Michael Keaton all day. Oh,
All right. Just remember, guys, when that movie comes out and everyone sees it, it's 10 out of 10. Doom's already chosen Michael Keaton and his old ass coming back in Flashpoint. Just saying.
I'm just sorry, bro.
All right,
That was your hot seat question?
Bro, that was like a.
Oh,
was
you're
kinda
about
like a
to
gimme,
get
bro.
murdered, boy.
The Captain Marvel Rogue One was the hot seat. 'Cause I was hoping
Yeah, no,
Suki
you
was
did
going to
me
be in
dirty.
chat. I was hoping
You did
Suki
me
was going to be
dirty.
in chat, but she wasn't. So we only had Kitten in here. So it's all
Yeah,
good.
you trying to get me murdered? I saw you.
It's fine. It's fine.
But
I
you're
tried,
about to
I
die.
tried.
Like you're about to.
Bro,
yeah,
hit me with it. Hit me with it.
Okay, shout out to our co-host, your co-host, Mr. Shot. I said Shot. Slight Stardust, and my co-host,
no,
Mr.
please don't.
Slipshot. So
I like that
for
one,
you,
though.
For you, we're going.
Yeah.
You on this side. We gonna do
Yeah.
sidekicks, bro. You gave me heroes, I'll give you sidekicks. You ready?
All right. I'm ready, dude.
War Machine or Ironheart?
War Machine.
Connor Kent, Superboy, or Jonathan Kent, Superboy?
Jonathan Kent.
Really?
100%.
Barbara
Barbara?
Gordon, Batgirl, or Kate Kane, Batwoman?
I haven't seen too much. So we're doing comics, right? I've never read
Comics,
anything
yeah,
with.
comics.
I have never read anything with Cade in it, so I have to go Barbara.
Okay. Tim Drake or Jason Todd?
Jason Todd.
Dick Grayson, Wally West.
Dick Grayson. Wait, old Wally West?
Redhead Wally West, yes.
Okay, we're going Dick Grayson.
Okay. You ready for this one?
I'm ready, dude.
Miles Morales or Laura Kinley, Wolverine?
No, Miles Morales.
Bucky
Morales.
Barnes or Sam Wilson?
Bucky Barnes.
Mary Jane or Lois Lane?
Mary Jane.
Ooh wee!
Mary Jane. Yep.
Ben Riley, Scarlet Spider or Kane, Scarlet Spider?
Kane. Fuck Ben Riley, dude. Fuck that guy.
I knew it! Sonic Photo or Slight Stardust?
No, you can't do that, bro. You can't do that. No, I'm literally in a group chat with both of them, bro. That's crazy. Listen, I gotta go Stardust. I'm literally in a group chat with both of them, and you're gonna do me dirty like that? That's crazy.
I told you, boy.
Holy shit. I didn't know we were doing something like that. Like, I was like, oh,
That's why I
fuck,
said
what?
that's my hot seat question.
Oh,
Have you
my
not seen
God.
hot seat, bro?
Oh my god. Damn. That's crazy.
You're
I didn't
getting
know we were
bodied
going.
in the
Listen, if I knew we were going dirty like that, oh my god.
Have
I was
you
like,
not
all right, let
seen-
me.
Okay,
Bro,
so
I
y'all
didn't-
know
listen,
who
listen.
doesn't watch my shows now, right? Y'all see
Bro,
who does
that's
not
fucked
watch
up.
my shows,
I watched.
right?
Listen. Listen, I was there for the Bob Duck and Weaving one. Listen, I thought we were just. I thought we were punching
Bro,
above the belt
I
today,
sent
man.
you a DM and said, don't forget the hot seat question. I told
Bro,
you.
that's why I tried to get you murdered by Suki or Kitten. That was my hot seat. I should have just picked, hey, like Suki or Sadistic Kitten at that point, you know? Like I should have done that. Damn.
I'm so glad you didn't do that. And I'm
Yeah,
not answering
now
because
I
you
know
lost
for
your
next
turn already.
Now
so.
I know for next time. Yeah, don't invite me back, bro, because next time we're going
I told
real
you
hot
I'm
on
trying
this
to do
one.
this with you at least bi-weekly. So I'm going to be all in your DMs bugging you about the path of power,
Oh,
bro.
buddy.
Yes, indeed.
It's going to get real scary real quick.
Ooh, okay. Okay, yeah, the comments they're killing you right now, bro. They are. Look, Sadistic is trying to get me. She's like, do it.
Yeah,
now.
see,
Nope.
the idea. Listen,
Nope.
Sadistic, I got you next time. Don't worry. Bi-weekly, that means in 2 weeks we're gonna make Doom answer that question. He's got 2 weeks to prepare himself.
He is
Don't worry,
coming
I
back
got you.
from my head, y'all.
Oh,
Yo, can
buddy.
we get a little bit of Gamer Nerd Queen hype in the chat real quick? She's gonna tell y'all about some super weekends while I continue to laugh at this man right here.
Over everything, so DSG he rocking it. World domination, baby, ain't nobody topping that.
Hey guys, Queen here, and welcome to the DSG Super Weekends. Every weekend, come rock with the best. Fridays is the DSG Block Party, where you play with your favorite DSG members as you take on the toughest endgame content Marvel Avengers has to offer. Saturday, join Sadat the Gamer as he gives you what's what in Super News. And later that day, join DoomkillaHD and Slipshock as they give you the weekly wrap-up. Sunday, join us for Excelsior, now a podcast where you don't ever want to miss Fire or Trash hosted by Doom and Bloody. An action-packed weekend every weekend, so squad up and come along for the ride. This is your Doom Squad Gaming Brand Ambassador, Gamer Nerd Queen, and you know the motto, let the good times roll.
You think it's a game if you want to, but homie, we ain't playing. Told you once you, I didn't want you. DSG is the game.
So Doom,
No.
Slipshot TV or Sadat the Gamer, bro?
No, bro, you're not doing me that. Not today. You missed out on. There's no would you rather banner going across the screen.
Damn,
You're
that's
trying to
crazy.
get me twice in one show, y'all. Twice.
Listen,
No.
gotta do it, man. Gotta do it.
Oh crap, bro.
Yes.
It's about to get serious real quick, man.
Yeah,
It's about to
I'm about to lay down the law.
Do you want to get callers in on this one? Anybody want to talk about
Yeah,
it, or
listen,
you just want to just do us?
no,
two?
bro. We could get. Listen, there's a lot of different perspectives on this that I think are very beneficial to the overall conversation that we're about to have. So I'm totally open to whoever would like to come on and talk about this.
Say that then. Kitten, Sadat, I know Jay actually. Let me message if you want to talk to the chat. Real
Yeah,
quick, let me
yeah.
message
No, I got
Jay,
you. Do your thing. You do your thing. You do your thing. So here's kind of the way we're gonna bridge this conversation, right? Because a lot of things that happened today when I woke up, I kind of was kind of taken aback by, right? So for anyone who doesn't know, there's this brand called Artesian Builds, right? And what had happened was there was like a giveaway given, and I believe it was only towards their ambassadors, if I'm correct, right? Now, what had happened was this ambassador won, and the guy who owns the brand on stream, owns the company, whatever, he basically was like, nah, like your analytics are too shit, blah 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 blah. Now I'm paraphrasing, I'm being a little hyperbolic, not too much hyperbolic, but just enough. And basically they re-rolled the giveaway live on stream. Well, she actually took all that and made a fucking Twitter thread just kind of being like, this is pretty bullshit, this is pretty unfair, you know, whatever. And there's two ways to break this conversation down, right? So there's the first part, which is the giveaway part, right? Which is that whole thing is just bullshit, right? Like rewriting the rules of a giveaway, middle of the giveaway after the winner's been chosen. Yeah, it's pretty fucking scummy, right? Like I don't think there's a way to argue out of that at that point. Now, there's the second part of that conversation, which is about sponsorships, affiliate codes, and how to handle yourself as a small content creator, right? Because there's multiple ways to attack this subject, depending on how you want to approach it. Now, the first part is that any sort of affiliate code that you're taking, right? So, for example, if you're taking one that is Artesian Builds, for example, or you're taking another one, you know, like a popular energy drink, for example, the problem with these ones, for example, is you're actually doing a lot of the work, and they actually, are kind of like pyramid schemes, you know? And the problem with that is that you don't want to do work for someone else if you're not getting paid for it, right? There's so much to talk about here when it comes to these things, because I hate the fact that nowadays streamers are trying to legitimize themselves by taking affiliate codes when the benefits to the streamers aren't there, right? So for example, if someone needs to spend $1,000 for you to get like 2% of that, there's some crazy shit in their contracts that I saw, right? It's not worth it. It's not worth it to you. It's not worth it to your community. What you should be doing as a small content creator is growing your own platforms, right? So instead of looking at it going, I have 30 viewers on Twitch, I'm going to take this, I'm going to take this affiliate code and, we're just going to kind of see what happens. Maybe some people click it, whatever. A lot of the time, if you don't meet that threshold, that money never gets sent to you, right? So basically your community buys into this. They're like, oh, cool, I'm going to buy this product. Now, if you don't meet that threshold, you never get a taste of that money. You never see it, never do anything, right? What small content creators should be doing is they should actually be building out their platforms. Build out your Twitch by streaming as often as you can. Build out your YouTube, build out your Twitter, build out your Instagram, right? Make these platforms so big that when companies actually come to you, you have more power in the negotiations, right? Because from what I saw, Arteezy and Bills just sent out the same contract to all you smaller guys. The same one, and they fucked over all you guys, right? And this is the problem. This is 100% of the issue with the industry right now, is that companies are preying on small content creators in order to promote their brands, and those small content creators aren't getting shit out of it. They aren't getting a fucking whiff of anything, right? And it's the same thing. I had a talent agency fucking you contact me. Similar stuff, right? I put all those DMs in my Discord, right? So anyone wants to go check those, go for it, right? Similar thing, right? It was, oh, we want to take a little bit of your YouTube revenue, but we're going to help you do this. We're going to help you do that. At the end of the day, it's not worth it, right? It's not worth it partnering with these brands, right? If you're going to partner with a brand, get something out of it, right? Get more out of it than just a code that says your name. Like, it's so stupid. This whole thing is so stupid, and hopefully today is a wake-up call to smaller content creators that they shouldn't be partnering with brands just for an affiliate code in hopes of legitimizing themselves. Don't do it. If you're going to work with brands, be so big that the power is in your hands to negotiate. Otherwise, you're fucked. You're so fucked.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. First, let me go ahead and give a shout-out to my sponsor. Shout out to financialfelons.com. The best sponsorship that I've gotten in my short career, and I've had a few different sponsors. These people, they pay you what you're worth. You know what I mean? They pay you what you're worth. That's the next thing I wanted to talk about, because Highruler just hit it on the head, and we can just go around the panel with this, and as more people come on, we'll get their opinions as well. What should you look for in a sponsor? You all worth more than what your numbers say. So don't ever, like, if you only have 500 subscribers, that's not your worth. You are worth more than 500 subscribers. So we're going to talk about this real quick. Let's start with you, Mr. Stardust. How you doing? Welcome to the panel. Welcome to the panel, Mr. Distant Kid. How you doing? But
Hello.
Let's
everyone.
get into this, man. Let's get into this. What should you look for in a sponsor as a small content creator, Stardust?
Okay, my friends. So the way I look at all sorts of, so anyone comes to the table and says like, throw a deal out on there. I look at it in two ways. I look at, okay, how can you benefit me and how can I equally benefit you, right? Because that's how relationships work, right? It's a two-way street. If you guys saw the clip, and obviously, you can help them. They can help you just the same, but at the same time, they got to know what you do. They got to know what you're about. If they watch me because one stream of mine popped and got like, I don't know, 1,000 viewers out of nowhere, and that's the only stream they know, they're not about you. They're not about you at all. If they know the videos that you've done that got 30 views and they're like, yo, you should have way more than that. Like, and then suddenly you're like, oh, they actually are fans of me. Then suddenly I'm like, oh shit. Like, these guys care about what my upbringing and my growth, right? And so Hyrule, do you mind me mentioning what you said posted on the Discord? Because that's a good example.
No,
of this.
dude, go for it. I don't give a fuck. Have at it, dude.
Cool.
I don't.
So-
if you want to burn bridges for me, dude, I don't give a fuck.
All right, well, in that case, we got some fucking bridge.
Don't unleash him.
He, so Highruler posted these DMs that he got from someone that essentially said like they saw he Lost Ark shit, and you know they want to like try and boost his algorithm up and stuff like kind of like a talent manager, right? Yeah. And Sonic Photo made a really good point in there. Sorry, Sonic, he chose me. Okay. That basically I sent him the message, by the way, straight after that. I was like, guess what? No, anyway. And obviously him mentioning only the Lost Ark stuff, I mean, that is like, that's not even like 5% of what Hyrule has been doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you know Hyrule, first and foremost, Avengers should be the thing, right? No, exactly. Like, and then you move on to the Lost Ark stuff, the Pokemon streams he's been doing, the Destiny stuff, blah blah blah, Dragon Ball.
The dab, though.
The dab, yeah.
The dab. Yeah, you know the days of the dab. If you know this man from his dabbing days and the Banhammer, then mate, he's there. He's yours. But no, like I think that that's kind of a good indicator. They kind of know a lot about you as well, and obviously smaller content creators don't have Wikipedias made about them, right? Of stuff that they're past it, so they don't. If I typed in, I don't know, PewDiePie, I'll know his fucking background, and I could go to him with a bunch of bullshit like, I know your dog was cool, da-da-da. But we don't have that, you know what I mean? So if they know stuff that is not very big public knowledge, then they give a fuck about you, right? And they want to invest, and that's quite important. But if you notice that everyone around you is getting the same sponsors, your own little bubble, suddenly Hyruler's got the same deal as I do. Same with you, Doom. Same as you, Kit. And I'll be a bit like, I don't feel very unique. I don't feel like for me, you know what I mean? I feel like they're coming to me for my bubble, you know, the place I'm in, you know what I mean? They went to Hyrule, so they'll go to me next, etc., etc. And again, it just shows they're not that bothered about you, they're bothered about your area where you're at. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And that's,
I could actually touch on that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please.
So I, up until several hours ago, was an Artesian ambassador. So, which they reached out to me privately, and that's why I said that DM looked wildly familiar, and almost word for fucking word. Yep. So to answer the question, because I have so much trash to talk, but I'm gonna follow in question format. So to answer your question, what should smaller streamers look for? That's the thing, right? You're not 100% sure. You kind of have to make the mistakes, unfortunately, to find out, because there's no guideline. There's no guideline. You kind of have to follow your own path. In this instance, I agree with what both Highruler and Stardust said, is that mutual beneficial. I could try this again. Mutually beneficial relationship. There it is. Yes. Thank you. I did it. I did it. But yeah, it's like, what are you bringing to my table? Because I am advertising your brand in my community, which is something that I hold very near and dear to my heart. So what is it that you are bringing to my table? This is something I do full time. This is what pays the bills. So it does have to be a I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine type of scenario. And I think I agree with Highruler is that, you know, the bigger your community, the more power you have. And
hold on 1 second, Stardust.
That's really, really difficult for small streamers to see when they're approached about this, because it's the initial excitement, right? Because you're just like, shit, I'm making it, you know, like happened. Yeah, right. And it's hard to overlook that, and you know, you see it in hindsight, which is not always the best thing, but it's difficult, you know, when no one's willing to throw you a bone and you really have to fight tooth and nail for it. So
yes, indeed. Well, real quick, we got a special guest coming on, and he has his own intro to the show, so y'all know what time it is. Let me see him in the chat. Let's go.
What's shaking, people? It's your boy DoomkillaHD. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. Put your hands together and rub slow.
To the Birdman, hands the Birdman,
It's
hands.
about to go down, act like you know.
To the Birdman, hands the Birdman,
You know the
hands.
motto, let the good times roll.
To the Birdman, hands the Birdman,
Put your
hands.
hands together and rub slow.
To the Birdman, hands the Birdman, hands.
I appreciate the VIP treatment, as it should be.
He said,
I did the Birdman hands better the other day, so I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Mine was sexier, so.
Dude,
I mean,
you got your own emote on my channel.
Kitten
bro.
just
Literally,
paused like
you have
nothing
your own
doing to her
emote on
hands
my
before
channel.
thinking.
That's just crazy.
Oh, that makes it makes it worse.
This man got his own emote, own intro. Yes, indeed, bro. I can't even with you right now. Talk to him, though, bro. Talk to him, dog.
So I was never associated with RTs and builds because I'm a PlayStation show and I don't trust those filthy PCs. But as a content creator, I was just looking at the situation. And I was like, oh, this is actually a great lesson for smaller creators and people that are thinking of getting into business. No, because I'm a bit different. I'm a new content creator, but I do have a background in business. I worked in journalism. I worked in marketing, so I kind of know the deal. So I figured. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh yeah, of course, because they don't give a shit. You're not a person to a lot of these people. Your numbers on the page.
And that's exactly what dude was saying when he was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
she only got one. What did he say? One new subscriber per week or something like, or negative one subscriber or follower per week, and we can't deal with that." Have y'all seen their numbers though? Have y'all seen their numbers?
I've
Their
never seen
analytics.
it.
Though. I'm like, really? Boy.
Yeah, that's how game publishers, that's how a lot of these developers in the boardrooms, that's how they view gamers. That's 100% how most of these brands view content creators. They just look at it. You're not a person. You're not your unique identity. You're not your niche. You're literally the analytics. They're like, okay, this based on their analytics, I'm gonna treat them like this much of a person. And if you're like a Rad Brad level, then they'll mostly treat you like a person. But if you're if you're getting like 30, 40 concurrents on Twitch, then you're subhuman trash. They don't give a shit because they don't have to.
Yeah, which is why, like, to I guess, like, round out the question, like, when do you take like a sponsorship or what do you look for? Honestly, until you're able to kind of negotiate to a point where like you're getting out of these like really shit deals, you probably shouldn't, because like nothing is going to benefit you to the point where like you should be taking them, because everything is going to be skewed towards the companies. Like that's the truth. Like unless you have like a personal in with one of these companies or brands where you can get like negotiate a favorable deal, at this point you should probably just focus on building your content up across like multiple different websites or multiple different like services or whatever, and then use that together as a collective bargaining chip against like these companies that want to like promote on your streams or whatever. I think if you're doing it the other way, you're gonna end up in like some very unfavorable positions where you're just gonna get fucked.
Stardust, you had something you wanted to add, and I apologize. We had to bring
I was just gonna add on to the whole like mutually beneficial thing. I did it in one take, kitten. So, that like one of my most favorite sort of collaborations that I've seen is Jay and Elgato. I've really liked how their relationship is across all of it, where like Elgato is really excited to give Jay their products and boost Jay up, and Jay is more than happy to shill in response. You know what I mean? But that's great to see though, right? Because Jay is obviously he's a down to earth guy. He's not going to look down on someone with 30 subscribers, right? And Elgato clearly wouldn't be interested in doing the same, because they have people up and down the board when it comes to this. You know what I mean? Like they obviously congratulations to Bob, by the way, for the Elgato thing, just really quick. But yeah, like it's really good seeing that. And then you look over on the other side with this Artisan, is that how you say their name or whatever?
Artesian.
Artesian. Oh, all right. Artesian. and then they're doing that shit, and they're nowhere near as big as Elgato, and it's like, where the fuck do you guys stand? Shut up, bro.
You know what? It's funny. It's funny you mentioned the size of the company. So I guess I'm going to put another company on blast here today. So let's do it again. I had BenQ reach out to me actually about a month ago, and they wanted to send me. They do monitors.
BenQ monitors?
Okay, sorry, yeah.
So they were doing like a content creator blast. So they were reaching out to a bunch of content creators. I saw this like a couple weeks after some people were getting monitors and shit. But they wanted to send me like one of those lights to sit on top of your monitor, right? And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So I went through a few emails, and what it turned out they wanted is that they actually wanted you to promote it, which is fine, similar to what Jay and Elgato or Bob and Elgato will be doing. But then they actually wanted you to go on Reddit and kind of like soft promote it on Reddit, put pictures up, but not actually say you got it for free, which it was kind of one of those situations where it's like, I don't really feel comfortable doing that. Yeah. So and that's what I mean. Like there's all these,
that's a crime.
right. And so there's always these like weird kind of things that they'll try to get you to do. But if you don't have like the knowledge or know-how, and I'm sure if I go onto the, what's the subreddit, battle stations or whatever, I'm sure if I go onto there and start looking at like BenQ or start looking for those pictures will be up there from content creators that aren't disclosing that they got that for free, right? So even the size of the company won't actually dictate how morally righteous they are or what they kind of do. They're going to put you in the hot seat and hope that you don't get found out, and that's just the way it works, right? So
okay,
crazy, bro. Getting the police on.
Yeah, fuck. Imagine the cops show up at my door and be like, hey, we realized you didn't fucking tag that subreddit post as hashtag ad, by the way. You know, crazy.
Over for you.
Kitten, was it beneficial for you to be a sponsor for Artesian?
No, not at all, actually. So my story as far as that went, I didn't go with my gut with that decision, because even when I received that very suspicious DM, I was like, okay, this doesn't seem personal. It seems kind of copy and paste. And I was like, but I was having a good month. I was, I was feeling good. So I was like, maybe. And I did a little research, and I was like, okay, there was a creator that I was familiar with that was partnered with them. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll give it a shot. In all honesty, in hindsight, wasn't the best move given the circumstances with the creator themselves, because I have some dish on that creator as well. However, then I started to see Lejeune and Johnny also having, I'm like, that's interesting. And so I was like, whatever. I shrugged it off and I kept going. And honestly, it wasn't beneficial to me at all. Like, aside from, the code, I really didn't get anything out of the deal. So.
Yep. And that's the thing. They cast the widest net. They grab everyone they think they can, so that on the hopes that you grow big, and they're already locked in with you. That's all that is.
And you've been promoting them for however long. You know what I mean? Not making anything. Got their little thing on your as a banner on your streams, and that's why I rock with financial fellas, yo.
I do have to ask though, like for people who, obviously, I'm not saying anyone here has ever done it, but do you guys think that sometimes small content creators will take these things not necessarily for what they will do or the code or anything, but just so their description looks a bit more like fancier? You see what I'm saying? So like,
it makes you feel better when you have sponsored by in your body. It does. I tell you the truth, as a content creator, it does.
So I don't know about everybody else, but the panels under my channel are somewhat of like a resume, kind of, right? So the more that you have to add there, the more professional it looks.
I touched on this before you came on Stardust, and like the whole thing is like legitimizing like what you do, right? So like now, so like you've seen it over the past, like, I don't know how long any of you guys have like watched Twitch or been around Twitch, but over the past 10 years, we've seen like kind of like this crazy kind of surge in like what it takes to be a streamer, right? It used to just be like a shitty webcam and some gameplay, right? And now we've seen now it's a DSLR, now it's a green screen, now it's a really good mic, now it's 1080p 60 FPS, right? Now a lot of this has been in the face of like kind of like, okay, I need to legitimize what I'm doing so viewers come watch me, so my quality is good, because if my quality is not good, theirs is better, they're gonna go there, right? And now it's like, how many streamers or how many companies can I be affiliated with? Because if they come to me and they see that I'm working with these guys or these guys or these guys, viewers can be like, oh, this person works with this company or that, and I've heard of them before, so this streamer must be really good. I hate to say it like this, and you're gonna have to forgive me if someone has a better term, but it's almost like an arms race in terms of like what you're doing, right? If you're able to kind of accumulate more and more and more, that helps legitimize exactly what you're doing to your potential viewers or potential companies, and it's all about that, man. Yeah, 100%.
It's definitely about what it signifies, you know what I mean? What it portrays. It portrays that you've worked hard at your craft and you're being rewarded for it. So it makes you look like you know what you're doing. That's the same thing I was saying about having a 175. Though it's not a bragging thing, it just makes me feel like I did what I did in this game to, you know what I mean, to
in and outs,
and I can show it now. It's a badge, you know what I mean? And Shin Domino just hit it on the head. What he said it's absolutely, it's a form of padding your resume. You know what I mean? It looks good. Yeah. It looks good.
Because obviously those people can check out your page and stuff, and they can see that along the way these brands, because they, most of the time when someone like a sponsor will go and look at a page, they probably won't check the background of the things that you're sponsored by. They'll just be like, well, it's a lot of companies that trust this guy, or just whatever, and that will be like the kind of the caveat to it. Whereas if you have no sponsors, there's a bit of a risk there, right? It's a bit of maybe this guy's a bit of an arsehole. Maybe he's a bit of a Stardust. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it does play out like that as well. Because I mean, like somebody as big as like say Sadat. You know what I mean? And if Sadat wasn't sponsored by Fandominium, it would look weird that he didn't have any sponsors as big as he is. You know what I mean? People will probably look at his page and be like, I don't know, something must be wrong with this guy, but he has sponsors. You know what I mean? And he's affiliated. You know what I mean? So it is a visual thing as well as a padding for the resume. It is, when people look at it, they look at you as accomplished. Literally. I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100. They look at you as accomplished when you have, sponsored by whoever it is. It doesn't even matter who you're sponsored by. You could be sponsored by freaking The Door. I'm sponsored by my door. Put that shit in your bio. I bet you get some likes for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even joking, bro. It's like,
yeah.
I'm sponsored by Highruler.
At least I've got my
Put it in your
Fortnite
bio.
code. He's got the Fortnite code.
I think at the sorry, Sadai, you go.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, at the end of the day, if you're looking to like partner with people or like partner with companies, just partner with the shit that you use yourself, right? So, for example, if you play Fortnite, you buy games on Epic Games, you're a creator. Yeah, maybe it's worth it then to get a code at that point, right? Or if you partner with, if you're on the PC side of things, right? If you do Fanatical, Green Man Gaming, you do all these other sites, not G2A or Kingwin, just saying, don't do those ones. But if you're doing some of the more legit ones, maybe it's worth it then to go that route, right? Because it's the shit that you're using, right? So you trust it, and it's a little kickback at that point, right? I think it all depends on what you're going for here, but I guess the golden rule is like, do you use the product? Do you like the product? Are they giving you some sort of favorable terms there? Yeah, sure. Then maybe look towards that instead of just taking every kind of person. Like I'm just looking at an email right now about some shop who's like, do you want to help us promote our Avengers merch or whatever? Not really. I'm just gonna not even respond to that, right? And I think it just depends on people. You just gotta be a little more selective in what you're working towards or who you're working with, instead of just
Shadow
kind of
Legends.
like Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah, that one too, right?
I will say though that obviously it's important to check with these sort of companies and make sure it's something that can benefit you, but also don't underestimate the importance of the character of the brands you're associated with, because that's going to be a reflection of you, even if you have nothing to do with it. If you promote a brand on your channel and your followers buy that and they get ripped off, or all of a sudden the CEO is on tape yelling yelling the N word, or they
Hulk
had
Hogan, CEO, bro.
or they had some questionable photos on their hard drive. You know, all of a sudden they're looking at you like, you know, what the hell, Highruler? It's like startup.
Yo. Integrity. Make sure the people that you want to work with have integrity. Make sure that they solid people. You know what I mean? Like
Integrity Farms.
I wish I was going to Integrity Farms today, man, but I'm going to work, unfortunately.
Yeah, you ain't the only one. Bro.
Could be the same thing, you know. Just quit your job.
I could be, yeah, I could be. Use code. Never mind. Anyways,
Jason said, "Leave Papa Jones alone. Leave him alone."
I mean, this is third time's the charm for me. I've learned this lesson at least 2 other times before, so now it's just gonna stick at this point.
Yeah.
Well, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's all I got. It looked like Johnny was not able to come on. It looks like he had some family stuff going on or something like that. So that's all I got for this particular podcast this time. Highruler, hopefully to see you back in not next week, but the week after, so you can try to get me in the hot seat, bro. I'm gonna run again though.
Don't worry. Listen, don't worry. Listen, I was coming in thinking, all right, we're just gonna do some superhero stuff. You know, I'll give them like the Captain Marvel road. I didn't know we were going that low, man. Don't worry, I got you next time. Don't worry. No. Listen, I was just trying to be a nice guy. You know, I was being a nice guy, but listen, I won't be a nice guy next time, all right? Yeah. Listen, I'll be true Florida man next time. Don't worry.
No. It's fine. I'm here now.
Go full Florida man.
I'm here now. Answer the question.
I'm gonna send Highruler some questions.
I can't hear. Somebody was talking. I couldn't hear what they were saying.
Answer the question.
What's she
What was that pager? Who are you paging? Who are you paging, Doom? I just want to know.
His paging Suki.
Damn. So I guess it's like Doom's gone. I guess we'll take questions from the chat. I guess we could open it up even to like the Avengers stuff because that's what we started with.
Right.
Statistics, Sadat, do you guys have any kind of thoughts about like what Doom and I opened with when it comes to like path to power to 175, single players, you know, any sort of stuff like that in terms of like, you know, how Marvel's Avengers should juggle that going forward?
Absolutely.
Excuse me. I'm here as well, Highruler.
I already gave you. I chose you over Sonic Photo, right? You can relax there.
It's not exactly a hard choice. Sorry, Sonic.
So,
all right. We'll go Sadat. We'll go Sadistic Kid, and then we'll go Stardust.
Thanks, man.
yeah. So I'm definitely more on the side of Doom. You know, not out here shelling like a VIP creator would. I'm all about the players.
Damn.
Yeah,
all right.
I don't care about getting free skins. I'm telling like it is. but I just thought that I thought it was like the most obvious solution to me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why it wasn't done, but why not just make the Mega Hive get you to at least 160?
Yeah.
And then why not have the normal raid also get you over 160 instead of just, not only are you locking people to, you know, this one thing to progress to 175, but you're also eliminating the most of the new stuff that you added. Like they did changes to the OLT because they really want you to play that as in-game content. They added, you know, our normal version and the elite version of raid, but once you hit 160, you have literally no reason to play anything else in this entire game except for the elite raid.
Yep.
Which the rewards after your initial completion are, let's be honest, dog shit. So, and then that's on top of the thing being a buggy mess for a lot of people, and some people PC just not even being able to find people. So to me, it feels like a no-brainer. Like, you already made the Mega Hive single player and multiplayer optional, so why not just at least have a path to power to 160? No, because your game, everyone can't do the multiplayer. So at the very least, I feel like make the Mega Hive get you to 160, and let the OLT and the normal raid get you gear that gets you to 175, but just have the elite gear locked to the elite rate.
Right. I mean, I would actually say open it up to like how it used to be, where you can just level up no matter what mission you play.
Because I understand
why are we
they're doing
time
it this
gating
way.
our power? Like we literally are time gating the power right now. I cannot get past 166 right now with my Thor because I refuse to go and play that damn buggy raid right now. It's just not gonna happen. So why can't I go play, priority missions and villain sectors like I used to play to get to to the max level? You know, and I'm through.
Because I feel like and Highruler will have more insight in this, but it feels kind of like they're just kind of stalling whenever there's a content drought. there's a content drought, and there's like, well, we're not going to have anything ready to. She-Hulk might not be ready till April, so. Y'all going to just hold this time gate real quick until we're ready for this roadmap.
I mean, like just really quick, and then we'll kind of move the train along here. I mean, like, yeah, time gating is definitely in kind of always going to side with the developers and publishers, right? Like, I mean, it's always going to be that case. It doesn't matter what game it is. I mean, we all can play different games. I mean, I see this on the World of Warcraft or MMO subreddits like a lot where it's like, time gates are supposed to last until the next piece of content is ready, right? And that will always be the case. That will never not be the case. So yeah.
Feel like they've shot themselves in the foot a little bit though.
I said sadistic kid in there.
We're so close. Sorry, I have a quick.
Go ahead, kitten.
So, like, yes, it's. Look at his face.
He'd be so pissed with me. Yo.
Okay, so it's, the time gate wouldn't be as noticeable if there was.
I'm not looking at the screen. I'm not looking at the screen. I'm not looking at the screen. I'm not looking at Doom right now.
Time gating would be less noticeable if there was more content to engage in. That's the bottom line. Yep. They have literally put themselves up against a wall. So right now, stop! You're making me laugh. So,
hey Doom.
Ooh, what is wrong with you, bro?
I have a new friend now. Call him Amogus Doom.
Kitten, please continue.
You don't kick me off shows, do you? No, you don't. You don't try and turn my friends against me, do you, Amogus Doom?
So basically, what would benefit them right now? And I see the conversations being had. It's like, well, if they unlock this power in multiple areas, well, then people are just going to catch up to 175 really quickly, and then they're not going to want to play the game again, until the next piece of content. They're trying to keep people in limbo, maybe not intentionally, but that's what is happening. So people want to chase power from anywhere. They don't want to be funneled into just one thing. And that's just it. That's what's stopping your success right now, is that you're trying to control the way people play your game.
You hit I'm gonna let Stardust talk. Go ahead, Star, bro.
Yes, please, because I can't laugh anymore.
Oh God, he got the damn glasses on.
Oh, thanks, Amogus. Okay, I think they shot themselves in the foot a little bit as well, having the 175 thing being like in like the next couple of weeks if they don't have anything ready until like April, because they've planned it to be like a certain amount of time, and they probably fucked up the planning. Like shit, actually, we got something coming out like next month, so they've like delayed it. And then they realized what they're releasing has had to come out even later, so their plans just like kind of ruined anyway. So they're going to have nothing again for a little bit besides that little patch they're doing, which only brings the ability to kick players. And I don't think people can fuck around with that for a month. So, I mean, like, I'm kind of, I'm looking forward to, instead of the build compilations where people thunderclap, I'm looking for people to thunderclap an entire lobby, bro. That's the build I'm waiting for.
Bro. But seriously, what Sadistic Kitten said, she hit something on the head. She said they're trying to stall us, right? To make us continue to play the game while the content is droughted. But that has backfired tremendously, because you got 1% players now who are casuals, me included. Like, I don't have the time to do it anymore. And I mean, I would still level up in my, my Mega Hive solo at 1 o'clock in the morning, or go and do a last Avengers stand-in, or running some priority missions or whatnot. but that gets me nothing. So why should I even do it?
Yeah,
That's
you're
where I'm
right,
at with
Doom.
it.
Absolutely.
It's also why like the changes to the Mega Hive need to go farther than just kind of like what they're doing, right? Like I think I said this a few weeks ago when those changes were first kind of being announced, that like the changes to Mega Hive also have to be gear as well, because like I mean, maybe I'm wrong and I'm okay being wrong on this one, but even with the changes to Mega Hive, and I know a lot of you will say like you do it for the units or do it for the chance of patterns or whatever, but like the gear itself doesn't inspire you to run it, right? So like, I look at that and I say, okay, maybe they do unlock it. Maybe the Mega Hive takes you to 160, right? That's just infusion fodder, right? Like you're just basically using that to level up your shit that you like anyways, right? Like I think if they're gonna look at the Mega Hive specifically and be like, okay, we need to take the Mega Hive up, it needs to go further. I think also that has to come with a refresh of the gear, because Hive Mind gear is hot ass.
Right. Well, like we was discussing, I think it was last week or the week before, like putting like the opposite ends of the payload.
Yeah,
like
so the opposite, yeah, like the opposite, like payloads or whatever, right? Doing that, like, yeah, I mean that could be done too. Like, but I definitely think that like it there needs to be like a wholesale change of like what they're doing, instead of just being like, all right, guys, like Hive Mind gear now goes to 160, because like, yeah, you're just gonna run it and then you're gonna get the gear and you're just gonna infuse it anyways. Yeah, you know.
I mean, how can you have event gear that's 10 times better than your in-game Mega Hive, the Mega Hive gear? You know what I mean? I was watching Sadai stream, and he's in the red room getting god roll after god roll after god roll. You know, he's got the god roll freaking Black Widow he posted. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, you can't even get that in the Mega Hive, bro. Like,
I'm about to say some hot shit right now, and it's because the people who made the game sucked. It's why it's why they have to go back and do all this shit in March, right? Because what they have with the game, no, and I'm being 100% honest with this take right now. The people who put the game together over the past 6 years or whatever, 5 years or whatever, they ended up giving us something that just foundationally and structurally wasn't as good as it should have been, right? So, which is why now you're having the team going back and reworking all this shit, having to, you know, start from the ground up essentially, right? It's why the Hive Mind gear, whoever came up with that, probably isn't working in gear anymore, and they probably been switched to another game, because at that point, the Hive Mind gear just isn't good, right? It's why you end up with situations like range being better than everything else, right? Because the range is so much dominant, right? And it's not just targeted buff, it's the way they build out their boss fights, it's the way they do all of their stuff together, right? The people in charge of the game at the initial onset of development just basically fucked it from the beginning. And now, you know, the game's been out a year and a half, we're getting close, we'll get 2 years at this point, and they're like, oh shit, guys, like we actually have to go back and rework all this stuff, right? And that's the problem with the game.
What the thing is, just as well, like just to sort of
careful though, careful guys. You're spreading a lot of hate here, so we want to keep it clean.
Right, I felt very offended.
Clean. But yeah, no, like just to kind of push Highruler's point as well. Like, there's a load of time Alex on the main Discord is saying like, I'd love to do that, but the former people that were doing all the shit, they set a foundation. It's really fucking hard to work with, guys.
Yep.
We got Alex coming on the show this Sunday, bro. So Alex will actually be on Excelsior now. You know what I'm saying? And
there you go.
I'll be there.
Oh God.
I'll be there. I'm gonna order a pizza.
Oh God. I'm glad you're not having chicken at least, because you know you get in the mood when you have your damn anyway. But quick questions across the board. The new gear do y'all like fight? Oh, hold on. I know what we can do. Of course. We haven't done that yet, so hey, why not?
What's shaking, people? It's your boy DoomkillaHD. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. And welcome to another segment of Fire or Trash, where we take your favorite YouTube or Twitch streamer, content creator, and ask them a series of questions really fast. The only thing they can answer is fire or trash. Fire or trash, fire or trash. The only thing you can answer to the questions I ask. Fire or trash, fire or trash. The only thing you can answer to the questions I ask. Fire, or is it trash? Fire or trash.
All right, I'm writing a couple of them down so we have at least more than one just to start it off with. So we'll go just across the board. When it gets to your turn, you already know what to do. Answer fire or trash. Leak gear.
Am I
Highruler?
starting? Leak,
Yeah.
leak gear? Trash.
Okay. Kitten?
The initial idea was fire, but I'm gonna say trash too.
Stardust.
Trash.
Twin?
Trash.
Payloads.
Fire.
100% fire.
Fire.
Vibranium payload fire.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic conduit.
Potential fire.
Kitten?
Trash.
Stardust.
Trash. It doesn't look like anything. You know what I mean? Like anyway, it's not. Yeah, sorry.
Twin?
Dog water that's on fire inside of a trash can.
Bruh. Dog. Bruh.
Valid. It's very valid.
Okay. Vibranium. Period. The status vibranium.
Easily the hottest fire in the game.
100% fire, yes.
Stardust.
Can I explain this answer?
No.
'Cause
No.
I'm gonna go. Oh, trash then. Trash.
Actually, I want to hear your explanation on that.
Okay,
one. Why
good.
is it trash?
So vibranium is the only fucking status effect in this entire game that you can take in every single mission and it be viable.
Yeah.
That is terrible game design, and that's why it
Oh,
makes
yeah.
it trash. Because I'm bored of it. I don't want to see it anymore. Tired of it.
I disagree. I think Sonic is the thing that you can take in everywhere and just literally wreck shot, bro. Like Sonic is the
Echoes?
most. Yes, they even work on echoes. They still get stunned, bro. I use split shot Sonic arrows on them all the time, and they're sitting there looking like you most of the time when you drink. So answer that question though, Vibranium Twin.
Fire, except for the fact that you can't get a targeted buff on it.
Why? There's no damage buffs on Vibranium at all, is there?
It's faultless.
I don't
buff.
think there's any targeted or anything.
That's
like
not
that.
really. But
it's
see, the
broken.
faultless buff is not really a reaction from the Vibranium. That's just you hitting somebody with a melee attack. So it's not really a
But it's
Vibranium.
but they put it on the range piece, which I think means they intended it to work on for range as well.
Yeah, I think Alex did mention that in the past and said that he might fix it, but he might not because it kind of works as an alternative to going into the normal, cluster missions and shit. if you
Yeah,
guys know what I
ideally
mean.
it's supposed to open up your three
Yeah.
your 3 perks on your melee slot to do other things, yeah.
Oh, that actually is pretty cool. Then.
Oh,
Okay.
by the way, Highruler, could you ask Alex when he's going to fix Spider-Man's raid gear?
That
Next content
apparently
drop.
is supposed to be next content.
Yeah,
drop, apparently.
that is a Stardust exclusive.
Next Stars exclusive. Spider-Man and Black Widow's invisibility.
I don't
You
know about
fuck-
that
you're
one.
fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked on that one. Yeah, that one you're a little more fucked on.
I got greedy. My bad. I got greedy.
All right, cosmic status, because that's an Alex thing too, right? Because that came when he came, right?
No, that's
No,
that's
that's
before
Cosmic
his
static is not
time.
Alex.
No, that's
Oh.
before his time.
Cosmic was in the game at the start, but they didn't really push it until Tachyon missions.
Yeah. So that was like October of it was like 2 months
Okay.
after the game released. Yeah.
Mhm.
Is there anything else that's new actually besides leak gear, payload, Sonic conduit? and
Not yet.
Vibranium? God, this is the most horrible fire trash ever. Like what? Okay, well, shit. Well, cosmic gear. What do y'all think about the? Oh no, I got
Cosmic Surge.
OLT
Cosmic Surge.
gear. OLT gear. Fire or trash?
OLT, trash.
Yes.
Except for like one perk.
What perk is that you like?
Cosmic Surge.
Cosmic Surge.
But you can get
Trash.
that everywhere though. So, kitten.
Trash.
Damn, that many? Stardust.
Omega level trash.
OLT. Omega level. Bruh. Twin.
The OLT gear is so bad, it almost circled around and became good.
No.
Yeah, like a loop.
that horseshoe theory really coming into play there.
He said it bust the boomerang arrow on his head.
That's so ass.
It came around and slapped you in the back of the head. That's how.
So here's something. So even Alex said the ulti gear is trash from Lejeune. So
Yeah, it's on the screen, bro. Wow. Wow.
He's
Bruh,
self-aware, but there's only so much.
The best perk
man
in the
can
OLT
do.
is the one where you do bonus damage and cloning. Fuck. Cloning labs, fire or trap? Let me stop, bro. Let me stop.
Don't even get me started. Don't even.
Go ahead,
me
get started, kitten.
It's only weeks away, guys. Come on.
Listen, listen. I don't know
Guys,
how
it's
many
gonna be the
times
light
I've
box.
heard it. I've heard this fairy tale. I'm mad at Crystal Dynamics. They tricked me. Like, it's never coming. Patrol mode and cloning labs are never coming. So
Not
you know,
patrol mode. So what do y'all
Patrol
think? Are
mode
we
is
ever
it's a
gonna
very
get-
bad one night stand at this point. All
It's
right.
not-
So
I didn't even get my. No, it's not a one night stand because I ain't catch mine. I did not catch
They didn't
mine.
show up.
so-
They didn't show up to the fucking
it's a no
stand,
show.
bro.
There you go.
It's a solo stand. It's wait, you're on your own. You're just waiting for the door to knock, and you're just there like phoning
The waiter came up and asked, "Are you waiting for someone, or are you all by yourself?"
Oh, drinks
And then
two
they
or
take,
just you.
and then they take, and then they
Who's
take
paying
the,
for the bill. That'll be 1,400 credits, please.
and then they take the plates with the knives and the forks away slowly.
Sorry, you're getting too overwhelmed by all this cutlery. Let me take it.
How did we get here? How did we get here? dude?
Avengers brought us here.
Oh God. Twin, put somebody on the map before we get up out of here, bro.
Oh, we get out here already. somebody afraid of hurting your podcast guest next week.
Bruh. Well, y'all saw what happened to Highruler last time he was talking trash. He just got blipped real quick. He got that no snap.
For real.
So
I got
he
fucked.
came back in full shield mode.
Damn, I'm calling shit trash. I said the original team was garbage to put this game together, and I'm still a show. That's crazy.
I'm talking about when you came back from being snapped.
Oh, after that? Oh,
Bro, you
yeah,
better
well-
stop coming at me so crazy, co-host. On the real, bro. We gonna fight, homie. Like,
Sonata
I see your
Sinisa
ass in 2
kidding, bro.
weeks. I see your ass in 2 weeks, bro.
See, guys, you didn't answer that question, bro. That's
Oh,
crazy.
That's open to interpretation, then, chat. Who do you think Doom prefers, the dot or the distant kitten? You
Yeah.
guys decide.
Honestly, chat. I want you guys to tag Doom in Twitter tonight, and start helping him figure out who he's gonna pick. Because you got 2 weeks to figure it out, man.
What you need to do, chat, is
Johnny
you need to
Rocker or
aggressively
Jay
go
Shock
through.
Blast?
Yeah, you need to aggressively go through
Bruh.
all their streams and find every time they said something nice about Doom, compile it, and who says the most can win.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I like that one
There
actually.
you go.
That's
Get
really
him some
good.
views. Get him views. Give Doom, a bit of fucking evidence to see who should
Yep.
pick. There you go. Bro.
Well, that's good. That's really
We
good.
got See,
Sarge,
they-
you are worse than sadistic kitten right now, bro. God
Pyramid schemes.
damn, bro.
Shit, I gotta raise the bar now.
Oh. Twin, put somebody on the map before they give me a heart attack, bro.
Well, I actually shouted him out on my stream earlier today, but it's worth repeating. Mr. Yardrat Hearts, the world's best Kate Bishop player. I had somebody come in like, "Hey, I need help with my Kate Bishop build." And I'm like, I'm not
to my teammate.
I'm not gonna show you mine. So because Yardrat Heart is this. So go subscribe to Yardrat Hearts.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You're not actually on the panel. I see you in the after show, big bro. You're not on the panel today, Stardust. So get the hell out of here. Put somebody on the map, good boy. Bye.
All right, I would like to put 2 content creators on the map. I would like to put Sadistic Kitten and Sadat on the map. Obviously, one is Doom's favorite, and we need to figure that out. Obviously, we'll see. Who.
See you in the after show, asshole. Hey, kitten.
Hi, I am going to put Kia on the map and send her all of the love. Former Artesian ambassador. Thank you,
Current
Artesian.
Cooler Master.
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
God, I was here for it. I was cheering. So, show her all the love in the world because she fucking deserves it.
Yep. I just subbed to her today. Shout out to her.
So did I.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yep. See you in the after show if you got time to hang.
Sure.
Then there were
do this.
2.
Bruh, it's just us again.
Yes, sir. And all of a sudden, it seemingly ends that way,
I love it when it is like this, bro.
Oh,
You
man,
wanna, put somebody on the map. Let me put somebody on the map and take us
Yeah,
all out
man.
of here, dog.
Yes, sir. All right, I gotta give some love to Sonic Photo today. You know, like you did me dirty, but listen, Sonic's out here, and Sonic does a lot of cool stuff. If you're interested in Avengers, I mean, he doesn't do a lot of like crazy content creation. You know, he does his like spins and his marketplace stuff. I mean, you know, so all the love in the world for Sonic Photo. He's become a really good friend over the past year. You know, there's been a lot of good moments with Sonic. So yeah, any sort of love that people can send to Sonic Photo, I mean, is really great. So yeah, Sonic
he's
Photo.
gonna need the love because you see where this is going, right? Because he's really spooked right now. I'm gonna go ahead and put one of my new channel members, Mr. Shin Domino, on the map real quick, man. Shout out to you, bro. I see the support, homie. I appreciate it to the fullest. Thank you. Kitten, can you put Shin in the comments for me? I would greatly appreciate it. This was a hell of a show, dude. I mean, I knew it was gonna be good, but I didn't expect it to be this damn good, yo. This was fun.
It's fun, you know. Like it's definitely a good way to kind of talk about some things going on, and hopefully in the next 2 weeks we'll have a lot more to talk about, which I think we will. And then kind of branching off into like that sponsorship debacle. I mean, like. One of the people I would love to kind of, and I know you talked about this with Bob a little bit. See, I do watch your shows. Was like, how does Bob, like, and I think it was Sadat that actually asked the question of like, how do you approach companies and stuff like that? And I think Bob, as well as Jay, are two really good people who you can approach if you're like a smaller content creator in the space to kind of like figure out the best path forward for a lot of these situations, so you don't actually, fall into these pits that like a lot of companies will kind of put you in, because at the end of the day, they're just looking out for you or for themselves. They're not looking out for you, right?
Exactly. So yeah, you hit it on the head again, my dude. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah,
anything you want to say to the people before we close out the show? You got anything going on? I should say, yeah.
What I have going on? Honestly, I would love to do World's First Raid on Saturday. I don't think that's gonna happen, so maybe I'll do like some like coverage of it. Maybe I'll kind of like do a watch along. We'll pull up some streams and we'll kind of just like sit back and have like a chill kind of. We'll treat it like we do anything else, right? Like a movie or a wrestling event. We'll just kind of chill. Maybe we'll watch some people kind of compete at it if I don't get in it. But if you're a Destiny player, you need one. I got Xenophage, I got Guillotine, I got Galley. Like, listen, I'm ready to go, man. Just saying. I'm 1545 on my hunter, so I'm just saying I'm available. You know, I'm available. But yeah, that's what we got.
Let me see. What I got this week is I think we have some kind of Fortnite tournament going on between Sadistic Kitten and Jay Shot Blast. I'm not sure exactly the dates because we're trying to get more community people involved. So just be on the lookout for that. Weekly wrap up this Saturday with myself, Highruler, Slipshock, Stardust, and the Birdman himself, Sadat the Gamer, and many more guests. And that's about it for this week, guys. So with all that said, thank you for all tuning in. This was a very impromptu but very fire podcast that we look forward to bringing you more of. So with all that said, laissez le bon temps rouler, which means let the good times roll. Peace out, people.
Fire or trash? Fire or